Vaccination, microchips myth or reality, the origin of the theory introduction. Over the past few decades, vaccines have been at the center of numerous conspiracy theories. One of the most controversial claims is that vaccines are being used to implant microchips into people for tracking and surveillance. This theory has been widely shared online, sparking fear, skepticism, and distrust toward global vaccination programs. But where did this idea come from? Is there any truth to it? Or is it just another modern myth? How the theory started. The idea that powerful entities want to control and track people is not new. Throughout history, governments and corporations have been accused of spying on the public. The microchip vaccine theory gained traction in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, when global vaccination efforts were in full force. A key figure in this theory is Bill Gates, the billionaire philanthropist behind the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. In March 2020, Gates suggested the idea of digital certificates to track vaccination status. This statement was misinterpreted, and soon social media posts claimed that the COVID-19 vaccines contained microchips designed to monitor people. At the same time, a video clip surfaced online where a doctor claimed that 5G technology was linked to COVID-19 and vaccine microchips. This fueled the belief that governments and tech companies were working together to implant tracking devices in the population. The theory spread rapidly across the internet despite a lack of scientific evidence, the science of microchips. Before analyzing the conspiracy further, let's examine whether it is even possible to implant microchips through vaccines. Microchips used for tracking, such as RFID, radio frequency identification chips, require power sources and antennas to function. The smallest RFID chips today are still larger than a vaccine needle, making it physically impossible to inject them unnoticed. Additionally, traditional RFID chips do not work remotely without an external reader. If microchips were inside vaccines, they would require some form of power, which cannot be delivered through a simple injection. Several scientists and engineers have debunked this theory, stating that current technology does not support the idea of injectable tracking microchips. However, the theory persists due to the rapid spread of misinformation online. Government involvement, fact or fiction. One reason people believe in vaccine microchips is the history of unethical government experiments. Cases such as the Tuskegee syphilis study, 1932-1972, and MK Ultra, 1950s-1970s, prove that governments have conducted secret medical and psychological experiments on citizens. Because of this history, some people argue that it is not impossible for governments to conduct similar operations today. However, there has been no concrete evidence that vaccines contain microchips or that governments are secretly injecting tracking devices while debunking the theory. The future of tracking experts speak out. To further investigate, we reached out to medical experts, engineers, and researchers specializing in microchip technology. Their responses were clear. Dr. Emily Carter, a biomedical engineer, states there is no technology available that allows microchips to be injected through vaccines without detection. Dr. Robert Adams, an infectious disease specialist, adds, the COVID-19 vaccines contain only medical ingredients. There is no evidence of microchips or tracking devices. Major pharmaceutical companies, including Pfizer and Moderna, have publicly denied any involvement in microchip implants. Additionally, health organizations such as the World Health Organization, WHO, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, have confirmed that vaccine formulas contain only biological substances. Despite these expert statements, the conspiracy theory persists. The future of tracking technology. Although vaccines do not contain microchips, tracking technology is real and evolving. Biosensors, digital health passports. Some companies are developing implantable sensors to monitor health conditions, such as glucose levels in diabetics. These technologies, however, are voluntary and require surgical implantation. Smartphones, wearables. Many people already carry tracking devices in the form of smartphones, smartwatches, and fitness trackers. Governments and corporations collect vast amounts of data through these devices. Neural implants. Companies like Neuralink, founded by Elon Musk, are working on brain implants that could enhance human cognition. These implants are far more advanced than simple microchips and require surgery. In contrast, vaccines are designed to stimulate the immune system and have no connection to tracking technology. The danger of misinformation. The belief in vaccine microchips is not just a harmless conspiracy, it has real-world consequences. Vaccine hesitancy. Many people have refused vaccines due to fear of microchips, leading to lower vaccination rates and increased disease spread. Distrust in science medicine. Widespread misinformation erodes trust in healthcare professionals and scientists. Increased fear. Paranoia. False theories contribute to social anxiety and division, making it harder for people to distinguish fact from fiction. Governments and organizations worldwide continue to combat vaccine misinformation through educational campaigns, but social media platforms remain a major source of conspiracy theories. Final verdict: myth or reality? After analyzing the evidence, expert opinions, and technological limitations, the conclusion is clear. There is no scientific basis for the claim that vaccines contain tracking microchips. Microchips cannot be injected through standard vaccine needles. The theory originated from misinformation and misunderstandings about tracking technology. While concerns about digital surveillance are valid, vaccines do not play a role in microchip implantation. Instead, people should focus on real privacy concerns, such as data collection from smartphones, social media, and smart devices. As society advances, it is crucial to distinguish between genuine threats and baseless fears. Misinformation will always exist, but the best defense is education, critical thinking, and scientific literacy. Closing thoughts. The vaccine microchip theory is a modern example of how fear, mistrust, and misinformation can spread rapidly in the digital age. By understanding the facts, questioning sources, and seeking expert opinions, we can separate science from fiction and make informed decisions about our health and privacy. Stay informed. Stay critical. Seek the truth.